Hey guys, let's get started with the collectA packaging. It's a fairly large one, so let's get ripped into it. There's two items in here. So now I'm gonna have to choose one because I'm not gonna do two in one. This figure's quite colourful. Aha! Wow. I'm pleased to present to you a Diplodocus to the collection. Now, that tail looks a bit funny, there's a reason for that. It's actually meant to be rocked back on its hind limbs, which it was capable of. Now this figure, right, is it's over a foot long, if you include the tail, but no, it's meant to stand up. But I really did need a figure in that kind of a posture. It's quite a long tail there. No coincidence, because now Diplodocus, right, is regarded as one of the longest dinosaurs, and by proportion had the longest tail. One of the best known dinosaurs, Diplodocus, is renowned for the long neck and long tail, consistent with most sauropod species. The name Diplodocus translates to double beam. That is in reference to the double chevrons on the tail vertebrae on the underside of it. It's nice that you can put this into a second posture, but I prefer the rearing up posture. I like the coloration of this. It's not drab or anything. And there's some bold patterning there, it's melted in nicely. I got this figure for just under 10 quid. And you can't go wrong. Yeah, sure there's flaws, but that doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't need to be like, you know, up to scale or anything, but the fact that it's in an upright posture, that actually, like, you know, doubles the odds here when compared to the other specimens in the collection. Compared to other sauropods, the length of Diplodocus's neck was pretty generic. Head small, and unlike some traditional models, sorry, don't think you can see it well here, the nostrils have been allocated to the front instead of like on the head. collectA here has done a good job of designing the updated knowledge of sauropod feet. That includes the thumb claw and the lack of elephant-like hooving there. Sauropod feet were, like, you know, weird. Now these aren't like these aren't exactly like, you know, tree trunk-like. These are quite slender. And no, this animal is not like, you know, bulky, like, you know, traditional designs depicted. This is not something that, like, you know, sprawled out like a lizard or dragged its chest along the ground or like lived in a swamp. No. And also, you got the feet right. The outward curving three-toed claws. That's spot on. I like how they've put the tripod pose for rearing up. Diplodocides, they were able to do this. In regards to the coloration, I really like what they've done with the face here. Now, this is not the most detailed model here, but I like that they've included coloration. Next of sauropods, well, it's commonly agreed that they were used for, like, feeding off, like, tall trees high above the ground. But it's quickly becoming popular that they were also used as display structures. Now, I like what they've done with the coloration here. Now, with your head held up high above the ground, like, and seeing another member of your species that's so tall, like, you're pretty much looking at the head. And it would make sense that male members had, like, coloration patternings. I mean, that amount of body structure, yeah, that's like a display structure, and they would want to, make every they'd want to take every bit of advantage of that as they could. I mean, look at birds, right? You look at birds, they have pouches, they have models, they can, like, inflate them. So it's not unreasonable to assume that sauropods would have done the same thing, but on a more on a much grander scale, actually. Yeah, Diplodocus was known for possessing keratinous iguana-like spines, so they've got that here. Not fully detailed, but it's fine considering the price. Diplodocus was about 27 meters long, but could have grown larger. We're talking like more than 30 meters plus. Tail of Diplodocus is definitely impressive. A popular theory is that them tails would have been used, as a form of defense against predators. And in that time of the Jurassic, there were so many predators that Diplodocus had to contend with. We're talking like Allosaurus, Saurophaganax, Torvosaurus. The theory was that it would have, like, lashed at them like, a bullwhip. There's another theory go around that it may have also used the tails to make sense other members, like, to caress or something, instead of having to turn that long neck around, because that would have saved energy. It really is an interesting theory, because these animals were, like, really, really large, like, by today's standards. I'm going to be honest with you, I am no sauropod expert. I'm more of a theropod enthusiast, but I do need a sauropod into the collection anyway. Diplodocus lived in a fairly arid environment, like similar to the Serengeti. Back in the Jurassic, instead of grass, there were, like, ferns. So this green coloration is it's quite sensible. I won't complain with that. The neck lengths and skull shape of sauropods do dictate their lifestyle, and Diplodocus lived in a region with many other species of theropod, some much bigger, some more specialized, and yeah, they would have had to do that to, like, avoid, like, competition with one another. Diplodocus had these peg-like teeth and a broad sort of snout. There's theories going around saying that they may have used it to, like, rake, like, ferns from like twigs and that. And some are saying, like, it may have, like, fed off, like, soft plant matter, like, particularly like water plants. So yeah, you can see it, like, sweeping back and forward, trying to get at this material. Another thing I wanted to add was that historically Diplodocus has been shown as having a lower neck posture, like angled downward, indicating it was like a low browser. But now it's been attested that all sauropods had their necks held high at a near 45-degree angle, which is a real game changer. Diplodocus rearing up in the face of a predator, that would have been a sight. And there have been a few debates about the mating behaviour. I mean, these large animals, like, mating, like, how have they, like, gotten around that? Well, your imagination can run wild there. Like, I'm not going to go into detail about that. I mean, that Diplodocus to me is one of my favourite sauropods. Like, I went to the Natural History Museum like when I was younger, and I had my picture taken there with Dippy. It's a shame that they've removed him now. collectA has 3 different colours of Diplodocus. I think I might get another one to, like, join him. Maybe as in a courtship display or something. Thank you once again for watching. I have more to show for you over the next few days, and I've got a special order placed. Hopefully that will come around by the end of the month. So stay tuned.